Trick, you'd make a terrible doctor. You got no fucking patience. Happy Saturday, you delicious, lovely humans. Am I the worst, though? Am I really the worst? I feel like there's way worse out me. Trick, that had very little to do with you, okay? The timing would just happen to be so fucking convenient. That's about as far as it goes. Oh, happy Saturday. What a beautiful Saturday evening it is. Let me grab some hydration while we allow some folks to pop into the stream. I'm hydrating. That's what I'm doing. All right. Strawberry. E.T., welcome, my friend. Always a pleasure. Chris, lovely to see your face. Look at all these lovely folks popping in early for the stream. You love to see it. I don't have a hair tie, do I? I sure don't. All right, we're raw dogging the hair today. I am not the worst. I'm up there. I'm up there, but I'm not the worst. Oh, I got fucking parts everywhere. My desk is in disarray, and I gotta spend some time tomorrow cleaning it. I had to work on a damn PS2 gear shaft for a disk drive. That is the worst. That is absolutely the worst. Oh, hello. What doing? Look at that pretty face. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? No. You just being lazy cat today? All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, now you want to come say hi. Oh. Come here. Come say hi. Hi. Come here. Give me a kiss. You're the best. You're so sweet. Yeah. You're just the best. You still can't help because you still have no thumbs. But it's just the best. Thank you very much. Go lay down. It's so round. It's just around this baby. Hi. Hello. You lucky we're still waiting for people to come in. You gonna say hi to the people? You gonna greet them? You gonna be a good hostess? No. All right, we'll probably give it like 2 or 3 more minutes, let some folks get in here. I don't have much in the way of interesting repairs today. I have some stuff I have not worked on. Well, I have one thing I haven't worked on, so it'll be at least a new repair. But as far as like technologically diagnosing or anything like that, I really don't have much. I have this here controller that has stick drift, so we're going to put a new potentiometer on it. I've got this here PS5. Oh, Lord. Well, this here PS5 has seen better days, you can see by the glare. But it's just a HDMI issue. And then the one thing I haven't worked on previously that I am somewhat excited to work on is this beauty right here. We've got a PS Portal to work on. You will see that there is a missing thumbstick. It was mishandled, and there's a missing thumbstick. So we're going to replace the thumbstick on it. Well, I say replace. I couldn't find one. Apparently the Portals take smaller thumbsticks than the standard PS5 DualSense do, and I didn't have any replacements. I can't even find them on Amazon right now. So you'll see that it's a little knackered. It's a little fucked up. So I bent it back into place as best I could, and we're just going to replace it on there. So the customer has to go out of town on Monday, so I have to get it done tonight. So that's what we's gonna do. Just give it about a minute or two here. Where are we at as far as stream time goes? Where are we at? I mean, maybe. I can't swear to that. Yeah. All right. No, been live for 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and get started, and we will welcome people as they come in. Chris, good to see you. I have both Chris's today. What a lovely day. Doubling up on the Chris's. Tremendous. All right. So I think the first thing we'll probably do is the portal, because that one might take me the most time because I've never worked on one before. So that's what we'll do first. We'll get that portal done and give me some time to fuck up, because I'm probably going to fuck up. I did research on how to disassemble them and things like that. So, I mean, hopefully it'll be fine. So let's get that going right away. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me very much. I have to put my chair right where you're sitting. Thank you so much. I love you. All right. Let's get to it. So, PS Portal. My understanding from my research is that the portal disassembly is very similar to that of the DualSense, with a few very important large exceptions. So it starts off the same way. We take off these two bottom caps right here. So I'm just going to dig my tool under here and kind of pop that up. There we go. Same thing on this end. Get up under it, trying really hard not to gouge it. There we go. Like so. And then we should just be able to very gingerly pop those off. There we go. I am not the worst. She has no thumbs, and she is in the way of the chair, and I don't want to squish her. I am being very polite to my lovely kitty, who is so very round. Isn't that right, Rach? Yeah, see, she's eating right now. That's all she wanted in the first place. She just wants a snack. All right. Do the same thing over here. There you go. These are a little tougher than the DualSense ones to get out. I'll tell you that much. All right, so move that out of the way. And then same thing as the DualSense. These top buttons will come off. Wow, that just broke my fucking spudger. You know what? That wasn't a good spudger anyway. We don't want that spudger. Let me grab an auxiliary spudger. Hopefully I have one. I mean, I definitely have one, but where it is an entirely different question. All right, here we go. This one will do. Auxiliary spudger. Boy, these are stuck on there good. Yeah, see, these are a little tighter than the DualSense buttons. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, and then same thing as the DualSense. We got 1 screw, 2 screws, and 3 screws, and 4 screws. Grab our screwdriver and begin the screw removal. Oh, there's a sticker on one of these screws. I guess it's a warranty. That's an interesting place to put one. So they got a sticker right here on this screw. Just get that out of there. right, excellent. All right, so we're going to remove these screws. Keep those off to the side. And then take these upper screws out right here. Like so. Okay. So if memory serves, it is the back portion of this that comes off, not the front portion here like on the DualSense. So I'm going to attempt to remove this. Go. Boy, those are stuck in there real good. There we go. All right. Perfect. Back plate is off. Okay. Now there are 2 screws that I must remove to get these front plates off. Oh, and I turned it on. I did not mean to do that. Let's power that off. Turn off. Okay, there we go. All right, now which 2 screws are they is a question. So I think it is this screw here. There's a screw right there. And then there's another screw and a little recess right over here. I'm thinking those are the 2 that probably need to go. So let's try that. So we're going to do this screw right here. Right there. And then this one in this little recess right here. I believe those are the only 2 we need in order to remove this front plate right here. So let's see if I am correct in my assumption. Seems like there's another one. Thought it should only be 2 though. Oh no, it's just in there. Good. I see. Okay. Well, it really seems like there's another screw that's trying to like prevent me from taking this off, but I don't see any other screws. I don't want to break it. I don't have time to replace it. All right, let's reassess real quick here. This part's coming out just fine. It's this bottom part that does not want to come out just fine. Do I really need to remove the whole thing is the question. It looks like I do. Goddamn. All right. So why is this being difficult? Is it just because the tabs are really fucking stuck in there? I don't see a single other screw holding this thing in place. Yeah, there is no other screw holding this in. I think I just gotta force it. All right, forcing it. The shall commence. All right, where is my metal pry tool? Don't want to use the plastic one on this because the plastic one will probably break. There it is. Oh no, my camera. 4 screws? I thought there was only 2. Oh, now you got me concerned. Hang on. Because this top part is totally free. It's just this bottom part that's stuck, and I don't see any other screws that are holding that in place. These 2 screws right here are for this black plate right here, and I don't think that's supposed to come out. Hang on. Yeah, that doesn't feel like it's necessary, but I mean, I could be way off. Hang on. Research time. I could have swore it was just 2 screws. Let me look. To iFixit we go. Yep, we already got to that part. Yep, did all that. All of that is done. Yeah, no, it's just the 2 screws. Yeah, those are the only 2 that need to be removed. Okay. All right. Nope, not in this case. In this case, he is wrong. Aha. I am victorious. Eat a dick. All right, here we go. Now I got to remove this screw right here, and I think this screw right here. Yep, that screw comes out as well. There we go. Perfect. All right. I do. Okay, yeah, everything is actually in place. It's just the thumbstick got so bent up that it just actually came out. So I've already pushed the thumbstick out as far as it's going to go, and we're just going to reattach it and put it back together. It's the best we can do. All right. That should hold. And we'll put our screws back in. All right, I mean, it's holding. It'll have to do. The customer wants it back quickly, so we will make do with what we can. All right. Set these clips back in place. Come back around here. Put in our 2 back screws. I should be getting another one of these in pretty soon. Am I missing a screw? No, one screw ran away. Another customer came in, or called in a couple of days ago, needing to get a stick drift repair on these. So I should be having another one that I can repair relatively soon and get more practice with. Okay, so now that those screws are back in, let's grab our back plate here. There we go. Perfect. Get all those clips put on in the back. There we go. All right, back clips are all back in place. We can start putting our screws back. There's one screw. Two screws. Ah. Three screws. And 4 screws. Perfect. Let's grab our L1, R1 buttons. Get those back inserted. There we go. There we go. And now I know that these little liners right here are a bitch to get back in. So I believe you have to start up here and slide that into place. Can't tell if this is supposed to like slide in here, kind of like the DualSense does. Ashley has arrived. Hello. Oh yeah, no, there's little. Okay, I see. There's clips. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I knew this part was going to be the worst of it. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Good lord, that part sucks. That is not fun. All right, let's do it again, shall we? Oh, that one went on so much easier. There we go. All right, she's all back to normal. Just gonna give her a quick wipe down with the microfiber. If I can find my microfiber. Don't do that. All right, there we go. Just put the tiniest little dab of alcohol on here. Help get some of these smudges off, make the screen look all nice and new. And come back in with the dry side. All right. That's one down. Excellent. And my first PS Portal repair. Wasn't much of a repair, as far as repairs go anyway, but a repair nonetheless. We have started off with success, and that is some beautiful shit. I think we'll probably do the controller next, and we'll save the HDMI for last. All right, so controller. Let me see if I can work some internet wizardry over here. I know. Look, I said these were going to be boring repairs. All right, these are not my usual fun repairs where I have to do all kinds of diagnostics and explain techie stuff. All right, this is pretty straightforward. Let's see here. All right, there we go. All right. Got it. So this one, where is my cord? Here we go. That's not the right cord. Damn it. Sorry, gotta find a cord. One moment. Does this cord work? That should work. All right. All right, so this particular controller, I fixed once already for right. However, now he's complaining of left side drift stick when it goes up. So if I, oh yeah, there it is. Sure enough, I am pushing directly up on this controller. I am not pushing it at all left. Down does it as well. Right is fine, but yeah, that's got hella left drift. Okay. All right. Well, we know what we're going to do with this one. Does this one have any? It does not. Do I have one that does, is the question. Or do I have to get one? I have to get one. Just a moment. Got to grab a potentiometer. Go. All right, there we are. Hey, Ruggers, nice to meet you, my man. Welcome into the stream. We are about to be knee-deep in a PS5 controller to replace a faulty potentiometer. All right, so very similar to the PS Portal you guys just saw me do. We're going to do a lot of the same stuff. So we'll start with getting that. Woo, careful with that, don't stab yourself. There we go. Now, this guy keeps his controllers in immaculate condition, so I'm always super careful. I mean, I'm careful with all my customers' controllers. It's not like it's my own shit, you know what I mean? I'm always very careful with my customers' controllers. But, you know, when someone really takes care of their stuff, you want to make sure that you leave it in the same condition they brought it to you in. Same thing here. Pop these off. Go. Not enough screws. Don't worry, I still have a PS5 HDMI to do. You're going to get all the premium screw content that you know and love here at Roy's Repair and Resale. All right. All right. We'll take these screws out over here. Oh, you know I got to edge the screw content, all right? I can't just be giving everybody what they want right away. No. It's going to take a while, you know? It's like a diesel engine. You got to let it run for a little bit, but once it gets there, oh boy. All right, there we are. And come in here and pop these little tabs off. 1 and 2. Peel the back off. It's much easier now that I've already been into it once. Let's pull this battery out. And then there's another screw right here that we're going to take off. for a total of 5. 5 screws. All right. And I'm going to come in here and we're going to take this ribbon cable off real nice and gentle like. And we're going to move this back plate over. So let's see if we can find evidence of my original work. Let me bring my microscope over here. All right, so we did this side originally, and you can indeed see the difference. Oh boy, not my cleanest work. We'll clean that up real quick before we get going here. But you can see the difference in the leaded solder that was used to put it on this potentiometer and the factory solder over here, and also the lovely little remnants of flux that I left behind. Not my cleanest work. Let's tidy that up a little bit before we go too far into this, shall we? I'm gonna spray down a little bit of alcohol. Actually, where's my good brush? I know my good brush is around somewhere. Where is my good brush? All right, good brush is lost to the ether right now. No problem. Toothbrush will be fine. I will find good brush later. There we go. That's much better. Not great, but better. Once I have some heat in the board when I'm doing the other potentiometer, it'll be easier to deal with. All right. Here we go. So now we're going to take off these 4 ribbon cables on each side after we take off the rest of these little ribbon cables here. So we got that one there, this big one on top, and then these 2 little baby ones here on the side. All right. And then we'll come in with the most suspect flux known to man. Oh yeah, getting that good flux action. That's what I'm talking about. Just a little bit of heat. I'll take these wires right off. And same thing, just left-handed. Go. Perfect. Wires are removed, and with that, we can just pop the board out. All right, let me get my very special board holder. Actually, let's take these thumbsticks off first and foremost. Don't want to get those melted. Although I do have plenty of replacements for these. I do not for the PS Portal. All right, there we go. Very special board holder. There we go. All right, and we're gonna swing this microscope over to our area of interest. Which is that set right down there. So these 3 are going to be the ones we remove. I actually need to take the potentiometer away from the joystick real fast. So the way we do that. Hey, Mao, nice to see you, buddy. I am so glad that PS5 is still working strong, man. I love to hear that. I love it when customers come back and tell me that everything's still working good. That is honestly one of the best parts of my job, man. I am so glad. All right, so we're gonna pry these little corners away here, and we're just gonna pop that right off. It doesn't break the solder on the bottom. It just makes it easier to remove, so I don't have to do a whole bunch of heating to it. All right. So now, a little more of that very sexual flux. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about. All right. Grab my solder here. So the first thing we'll do is we'll add a little leaded solder. I fucking hate you, Trey. What I do on my motherboards online for money is my business. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of leaded flux in here, or leaded solder, not flux. I hope your flux isn't leaded. If your flux is leaded, you fucked up. There we go. And let me cut off some fresh wick here. Oh, that's perfectly normal to be salty. That's just the natural state it exists in, you know? And we'll come in here and wick up as much of that solder as we can. Oh, that is the last of my wick. That's not fun to find out about right as you need it. Now this is going to be really hot. There we go. And with just that little bit, bam, potentiometer just falls out on its own. That is beautiful. Now, let's do what I didn't do on the last side. Clean up. While the board is at least somewhat warm, I clean up the other side as well. All right, there we go. So like I said, just with that little bit of heat and removing the solder, the potentiometer just came out on its own. I didn't have to heat it up, anything like that. It's a beautiful thing. All right, and then we will take, we're going to steal a potentiometer off a new joystick. I have a bunch of joysticks and not enough repairs that require full joystick replacements. So we're just going to steal the potentiometers. And I just lost it. Where did it go? Nope, there it is. It ran off on me. Okay. There we go. Just gonna make sure there's no hair or dirt or debris, anything inside there. Just make sure these holes are straight. They are indeed. Go. All right, potentiometer is popped into place. Come in with some more of that good salty flux. There we go. Beautiful solder joints. Looking absolutely gorgeous. And we'll come in and clean up again. All right. All right. Beautiful. Solder joints look awesome, nice and shiny. That's what you like to see. I just fucked it up because the toothbrush has fucking flux on it. There we go. Beautiful. Love it. All right. Let's get this reassembled. Actually, before we do that, let's just test and make sure our potentiometer is connected properly. That looks beautiful. Looks great. All right. Let's move that blinding light out of the way and begin our reassembly. So first things first, let's make sure we put the thumbsticks back on, because I cannot tell you how many times I have done one of these controllers and forgotten to put the fucking thumbsticks back on before I start reassembly. And I got to take the whole thing back apart again, and it makes my appendix want to twerk, and I hate it. There we go. Move all these wires out of the way. Make sure our ribbon cable is not getting pinched up. There we go. There. Perfect. And we'll just start putting our ribbon cables back in place. All the many goddamn ribbon cables back in place. And coming from more of that suspect flux. Just a dab will do you. Just so we can reattach those wires. for the Rumble Pack. I say Rumble Pack. To me, it's always going to be a Rumble Pack, but I'm old as fuck, so. All right, so yellow goes on top. Oh, that's it. I'm soldering the wrong thing. That would have been unfortunate. All right, there we go. Swap hands. There we go. Beautiful. Wires are resecured. Do just a little bit of tidying. Some of that flux. Perfect. And then we continue with reassembly, starting with our back plate. Get that screwed down into place. Perfect. There we go. Battery going back in. Back plate going back on. There we go. Reassembly. Oh, Killjoy! Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you greatly. What a great! The sound of it scared the fuck out of me, but there we go. Now my blood pressure is a solid 140. It's great. Thank you so much for the follow, dude. I appreciate you. Put our 4 screws back in. Like so. Shut up, Macrium. Nobody cares. All right, get the last of the screws in there. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. The live stream repairs and the video repairs is how I got started in the industry. So I like to do live streams on these so people can learn themselves and also watch my mistakes and learn what not to do. That's why the live streams for me are the best. Thank you again, man. I really appreciate that. All right. Perfect. And there we go. Oh, no, not quite perfect. Almost perfect. Not quite. There we go. And there we go. All right, now we're perfect. So let's go back to our when you say add a charging circuit, what do you mean? Because I know I saw in our repair group somebody actually ended up doing an 18650, like the vape lithium batteries, and hardwired that into the Xbox controller. which is wild and probably horribly dangerous, but it does provide a hell of a charge. So, are you talking about something like that, like a modification? All right, so here we are again. Let's get our controller plug back in. There we go. All right, damn, that's not bad for just a quick resolder, but as you can see now, I'm holding it straight up, and there is no stick drift anymore. So I am going to have to calibrate it real quick, so let's calibrate that real fast. All right, so this is our calibration tool. Nope, I have to plug it back in. There we go. And that'll sense the DualSense connected to my PC. We'll go to calibrate stick center. And we're going to follow the steps. So, top left corner. Continue. Top right corner. Continue. Bottom left corner. And bottom right corner. And then you'll see the one on the left there pop right over the middle, just like that, perfectly centered. And then we'll do the stick range as well to make sure it has full range of motion. So we just slowly move these sticks in a circle. Boop, just like that. And then done. So now, if we have full range of motion, yep, that's perfect motion right there. Absolutely beautiful. Save changes permanently. And then go back to our gamepad tester. And you can see perfect range of motion. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. Oh, rechargeable double A's. Nice. Okay. Hell yeah. That's incredible that you got 7 Genesis ones that are all working. That is wild, my friend. No, you have not missed the screws, Kate. Don't worry. The Hall effect ones are nice, but with the TMR ones coming out, if you can get Hall effects that are, I don't know if the Hall effects are normally TMR, but the TMR ones that are coming out are really, really nice on these. I'm actually stockpiling a bunch of them as soon as I can, as soon as I'll get the order put in. I'm going to get a bunch of them done so I can start upgrading my customers. Granted, it takes away from my stick drift work because they don't stick drift anymore, but all right, there we go. On to the final repair we have for the evening, the one that Kate has been waiting so very patiently for. It is time for our PS5 HDMI. Ugh. Here we are. Dust my station off a little bit here. It is looking a little worse for wear. Let me also shrink myself down a little bit here. Hang on. I am taking up way too much of the space. Y'all don't need that much of my face. All right, there we go. And it looks like we may be in luck, and we do not have a brand new edition of Roy's Roaches in resale today. Looks like we may have gotten a little bit lucky. Turn this blinding ass light off for a minute. Although I did just get a booking through my website, roysrepairandresale.com, by the way. Be sure to check it out if you're looking for any repair parts or you want to schedule a repair yourself. Shameless plug. Oh yeah, no, it's literally a thing on this channel. If you hang out I stream every Saturday. If you come back, I guarantee you there will come a time where I have a roach infested console that I have to work on. It is literally my thing. All right. There we go. We're gonna see. I'll take PC repairs all day, as long as it's gaming PCs. I'm not gonna do just regular Dells and shit like that because yeah, that's horrific. But most of the gaming PCs have the glass on the outside, so I can actually see it. That's not the right bit. Let's get the right bit. All right, there we go. So it begins. Machina, welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks to all of the new people coming in. I shouldn't say new people. A lot of you guys have been here before, but thank you for joining the stream. If you have not already, please be sure to leave a thumbs up on YouTube. Make sure you click on subscribe, follow me on Twitch, do all of the cool things that make my Saturdays the best Saturdays on the fucking planet. There we go. It's in relatively good shape. I mean, it's got a little dust on it, but overall, not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, so what I was saying, I got stuck in my other conversation. I did get a booking on my website for a customer that needed a HDMI done. And on my website, when you're filling out the booking form, it asks if there's bugs in the console. And he actually replied that yes, there are. Which, first of all, thank you. Thank you for being honest. It matters a lot to me. But, so yeah, there will be another edition soon of Roy's Roaches and Resale. N64 mods, man. I wish I was better at the modding stuff. Like, I like the repair aspect of things. Yeah, especially helping out customers. Because most of the time, it's people who like really need their gaming consoles fixed. They don't have money to buy a new one, and yeah, they need it to get back to their normal lives. You know what I mean? These things mean a lot to people, and so I like the repair aspect of things. I just never got huge into software or modding or anything like that. Just wasn't my theme. All right, let's remove these screws. Go. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you jump in and say hello, or sup in this case. Yep. If I break something, I must replace it with something better. I agree with that logic completely. Yeah, no, this thing looks pretty damn clean. You know what? I'm not even mad that it's an EDM 020 this time. I'm not mad at all. Let it be an EDM 020. Fuck you, EDM 020. You don't control me anymore. Watch this be a fucking trace repair now that I talk shit. Maybe we should have a modding stream one day. I'd be down for that. I'd be down to learn. You guys are way more knowledgeable about it than me, and that's what the whole point of this channel is everybody learning together. I'd be down to do a modding stream one day. I know somebody reached out to me via email and asked me if I could do I forget which mod it was, probably Pico Key for the Switch OLED, and I had to turn them down because unfortunately I'm just not familiar with it enough, and I don't. Yeah, that's just not what I do. But it'd be nice to learn it. I did do some research on it. It's a fairly intensive job, but I'd definitely be down to learn. Oh yeah, GameCube. Yeah, that's the one. Whichever one. No, I am not manually reballing the APU. No. There's something with the Switch version. I don't remember exactly which one it is. All right, here we go, Kate. You've been waiting for so long. I did work on that PS2 before I get started. Sorry, Kate, you're gonna have to wait a little longer now. I did work on the PS2. I got the disk drive to eject, so I ended up just replacing the entire disk drive caddy, essentially the bottom portion of it. I replaced the entire thing. It came with new gears, all that shit. And it did manually eject it with the button and everything like that. The customer actually called me back and said, "Hey, the gears still sound like they're grinding inside, and it's not displaying on the TV." Oh, not the scrummed. Oh, you poor thing. He didn't tell me about the display issue when he gave it to me. He just told me that the disk drive was grinding, so I fixed that issue. So I'm waiting on more information from the customer now. I'm waiting for him to send me a video and show me the issue. I have the jigs, I have solder balls, I have all the nonsense as far as that goes. I just don't do a whole lot of reballing. I don't get many consoles that need it. And even when I do, I don't usually do my reballs on stream. It's just kind of boring to sit there and watch me reball a chip. All right, here we go, Kate. It's ready. $42 very, very necessary screws. Yeah, honestly, sometimes you have to. I don't mind doing the reballs. It's just tedious, and it's not good for streams. You know what I mean? Because you got to sit there for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes while you get the chip reballed, and then if you fuck it up, you got to do the whole thing again. It's just not good stream stuff. Just like these screws. It's not very good streaming stuff, but it is necessary sometimes. Unless you're Kate. If you're Kate, the screws are absolutely necessary and are vital to the success of the stream. You know what I did not do, which I should have done before I started this whole process, which I'm still going to do now that I've thought about it, but I did not do it before I started, which I should have done, is I did not test and make sure this thing turns on. Well, I do need to make sure of that. Because based on the damage on the HDMI port, it looks like it might have been dropped with the cord inside it, which is also why I'm worried about torn traces. And if there's one thing I hate more than reballing, it's fucking trace repair. Yeah, I'll show you what the HDMI port looks like once I have it all disassembled, and you will see what I mean. Okay, let's pop this damn thing off. Where is my pry tool? I mean, I have extraordinarily large hands, and it is difficult for me to keep the. Oh, I missed a screw. There we go. Now it's a Roy's Repair and Resale stream. If there's no roaches, I'm for sure going to miss a screw. All right. It's just hard for me to. I can't use tweezers when I do trace repair. It just doesn't work for me. So I have to hold it literally in my hands, flat down. Enamel wire makes it a lot easier because enamel wire you have more structure to work with, and the tweezer makes it a lot easier on an enameled wire. I do not have enameled wire. I have 0.1 millimeter, the thinnest little human hair of a wire to work with. All right, let's make sure this thing actually turns on. Before I go too far here. Okay, it turns on. Tremendous. All right, let it do its thing. Yeah, exactly. See, I've tried tweezers. I really have. It just I cannot make the tweezers work for me. I've done my best. I find it much easier to work with just my hands. All right, let this thing shut down for a second. So the one I used previously, I actually still have a tube of it here. The one I used before was Amtech. I mean, Amtech is the go-to, the standard as far as flux goes, in my opinion. I have recently switched over to Kingbo RMA 218. It looks very suggestive, but it works really well. Oh yeah, Kingbo. Hey, let me try and get a. I am very much liking the Kingbo. It's as good as the Amtech and it's cheaper. I have not heard of Siri before. I'm always down to try new stuff, though. Yeah, I mean, if you want something that's for sure going to work every single time, Amtech is the way to go. It's hard to find real Amtech, so make sure you're getting it from a reputable place. But the Kingbow stuff I got from AliExpress, and it works just fine. Yeah, the clean stuff, the no clean stuff. The Kingbow is no clean. I clean anyway. It's just the habit. Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know the Amtech guy made new stuff. That's pretty cool. All right, come in here and just pop this board out. All right. Liquid metal's got a little bit of a dry spot on it. We'll probably clear that up. I'm not going to be doing a full cleaning on this customer. It doesn't need it, so we'll just tidy up his liquid metal for him. All right. So first things first. Yeah, fair enough. All right, so yeah, that makes sense. Also, Dave, good to see you, buddy. Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. Well, now I have to try Styria and see who's better. I enjoyed the Amtech a lot, so I'll have to try the Styria now. So the reason I believe it to be dropped while the cord was inside is because of that right there. That is missing a fairly large chunk of that port. On today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up, that's fucked up. So that's why we're replacing it. And we are going to do a hot swap on this one, so I'm going to try and make it as seamless as possible. So I need to get myself prepared for that. Oh. Okay. No, you really can't complain about the money. I mean, I'm with you. These PS5 HDMI ports are like 85% of my business. Though, to be fair, I am absolutely chisel tip gang. You will see in a second. To be fair, it looks like they may have solved at least some of the issue with the pros because now granted it's still relatively new, but I have not had one come into my desk yet for any kind of repair as far as the HDMI port goes. All right, so there we go. Let's use our very suggestively colored flux. There we go. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Oh, yeah. No, we won't be soldering the anchors. We're going to be reusing a fair amount of the factory solder on there. So hopefully you enjoy it. All right, so there should be enough residual solder on here to tin up these pads, and there is. Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. That's what we'll be doing. All right. So, hot swap on this is. Oh yeah, it's probably similar. I mean, there's only so many ways to go about it. Yeah. Look, what I do. Let me look at this. What I do to people's motherboards online for other people's entertainment and my own personal gain, it's none of your business. And we're back. All right. Let me grab my counterweight real quick. Hey, DJ Rusty Russ. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome. I've been streaming for about 2 years now. Specifically repair content. No, the flux shot's all included, all right? It's a package deal with this. All right. Let's get my hot air at 480, 99% airflow. And we're going to do this as quick as we possibly can. Extend my flux out, or my solder out real quick, rather. Make sure I have a healthy length of it available. Look at all these new people coming in. Hell yeah. Welcome to the channel, guys. I genuinely appreciate you guys coming and hanging out and spending a lovely Saturday evening with me. All right, so we are at 480, 99 degrees, or 99% airflow, 480 degrees Celsius on the hot air gun. You will notice I am not using flux for this part. Flux is not necessary for this part. Hey, lurk all you want, my friend. Lurk all you want. I'm just happy to have you guys hanging out. The whole point of this channel is to give back the same way I learn and help other people learn. So even if you're just lurking, I am happy to have you here. I'm in Florida, my friend. Florida, United States. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you had a day, brother. But I'm glad we can just kind of hang out, relax, and enjoy a little repair time. All right. Still waiting for that solder. There we go. You can see that solder start to go molten at the top there. Yeah, that's the only time I'll use flux. You'll see in a second here. So, new port or old port is off. Then go bye-bye. So what I'll do is just add a tiny bit of the flux onto this section right here and right there. And I'll come in with some fresh leaded solder and just add a little bit right into the legs, just like that. Come in with my soldering iron and just gently tin up those pads. And come right in with the new port. There you go. And with that flux already on there, you can see that solder is climbing up the legs really, really nicely. There we go. And then what I like to do, once it's on there and starting to get hot, is I'll put just the tiniest extra bit of flux to help that solder climb up those legs. Make sure it's got a really strong connection. This is the longest part of the hot swap for me. I probably go a little more overboard than I should, but I really like those legs to be on there good and tight. Oh no, the tweezers aren't necessary as far as the pin checking goes. I've literally done this so many times that I'm become more confident that the pin checking is absolutely not necessary for these anymore. There we go. Solder has solidified on the legs. And there we go. Hot swap complete. While the board is nice and warm. Now watch, I just talked all that shit about not checking the pins, and I'm still not going to. But this will be the one time where I fucked it up. But as you can see, on all sides of the board, that solders all the way up those legs. Okay, so that's a little quicker as far as that goes. My problem is that I don't like the touching up part. That's why I tin the HDMI port first, and then just go over the pins while the board, or go over the pads while the board is hot. And this way I know it's just going to bond and everything's there. I don't have to go over the pins at the end. You can see that solders all the way through. Yeah, no, absolutely. Everybody has their own way of doing it, you know? And I respect every technician who does it properly and gives their customers excellent service. All right. Now the board's cooled down a little bit. I'm going to come in with an alcohol-soaked cotton swab and touch it up a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Get some of that, as much of that flux out as we can. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. See, Trick has the right idea. The blowtorch is where it's at. Very underutilized in the repair community. But 100, oh, you gotta be kidding me. God damn it. I just barely touched the wire on my microscope and now it's fucked. Hold on. Hold a minute. Ah, Dave, we all know what you're talking about. Don't worry, we won't say nothing about it. But I'm glad I'm not the only one that's caught that. I apparently that's not a well-known thing. Like, okay. I am not happy with the amount of clean that is on this area of the board. Sorry, guys. I am anal about my cleaning. Don't take that out of context. Don't clip that. All right, excellent. Okay, let's have ourselves a little test. Yeah, exactly. It was amazing when I actually started doing research on that, because at first when I watched their videos, I was like, oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, dude's trying to take care of his family, and he's got his own brand of stuff. That's fantastic. And then I started looking through the stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, I have seen that stuff before. But again, do you make your money? It's capitalist society. Oh, actually, sorry. Just kidding. Before I put it back together, yes, I do BGA work. Yep. I did say I was going to fix this guy's liquid metal, so let me do that real quick. So I don't have a specific BGA rework station. A lot of it I just do freehand. So the hot air station I use is the Atten. I mean, that's the, what is it? The 862D, just the standard Atten hot air station. And then I have like a board holder, BGA. Hang on, where are we? This thing. I have this thing. It's weird that Hako is anti-repair because they sell fucking repair stuff. Like, how are you gonna be so backwards? Let's respread this liquid metal a bit. All right, there we go. Liquid metal looks much better now. Yeah, I'm pretty much just as far as BGA goes, it's all freehand work. I'd like to get a rework station at some point. I know AliExpress has some nice ones on there for a decent price. I definitely would like to get back to it. All right, I'm just gonna do the heatsink liquid metal off camera real quick, so just bear with me a moment. All right, there we go. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and get the board back in. And again, we did not test the HDMI pins because I have complete blind confidence in my hot swap method. Go. All right. And power cord going in. And HDMI cord, because this thing has been used 15,000 times over. A little alcohol in there. All right. Oh yeah, no, you gotta have confidence. So I'm gonna turn this on, and I'm gonna bring you guys over here, give you a peek behind the curtain as it was. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful, crystal clear picture. Love to see it. All right. Now, because this is actually a shorter stream than I usually have, my streams are usually like 3.5 hours long, but it's because when I have streams, I usually have something more interesting to work on. Unfortunately, it was just a week of fairly lame repairs for the most part this week. Although I did get to work on a PS Portal for the first time, so that was good. And because Kate waited so patiently, I'm going to put it back together. We get a little extra screw content. Oh. Oh no. I've got mixed screws. There we go. Oh. All right. Little subscription-free premium screw content. All right, there we go. That's right. That's goddamn right. What a beautiful Saturday evening it is. Doing premium screw content for you lovely humans. What a life we get to live. I can make it really uncomfortable and say weirdly suggestive things in my Elmo voice while I do this, and probably ruin the screw content completely. There we go. Halfway there. So close. yet so far. Something about those T9s, baby. T9s really do it for me. Yeah, that's APU. Anytime you have that graphical glitch in mid game like that, it's APU. All right, one time for the one time. I'm more lifted at the screws on the PS5. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be APU. Yeah, it's pretty rare. I've come across it a couple times. But yeah, unfortunately, once you get to green screen, that's usually game over. A man of many voices. I keep threatening that I'm going to do an entire stream in some of my voices. And some of my most loyal followers are not happy about this. No, unfortunately, when you get green screen like that, it's not a soldering issue. It's a fault within the actual chip itself. Yeah, just dead chip. I mean, you can always try to reflow it. I will never reball an APU. If it's an APU issue, out the door. I can't. I cannot waste my time on those. Nor do I have the proper workstation to do it. You and me both, Dave. We'll both be doing that. I have a Switch 2 coming in, I think next week, something like that, whenever they ship out, anyway. So I will also be doing a teardown of the Switch 2. Maybe we can coincide. I'll be doing it live here on stream. All right. Let's get these. I always forget to put these Wi-Fi cables. I tried to get more than one. Actually, the one that I'm getting isn't even mine because it was impossible to try and fucking get one ordered. One of my buddies was able to get one and then didn't want it anymore, so I'm just going to buy it off of him. And then I'm going to use it for advertising, and it's going to be a business expense. Oh, thank you, brother. Yeah, the tattoos are all Final Fantasy IX. I got more on the upper arm. I'll show it on the other camera whenever I'm not done, or whenever I'm done putting this thing back together. go. Cables are back in. I'm gonna put that damn cable. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, 6 was a favorite. 6 was absolutely a favorite. I was never an 8 guy. In the Final Fantasy world, you either love 8 or you hate 8, and I was not an 8 guy. Even 7, I was like, meh. It was good, but it was all right. But 9 was always the one that captured my heart. And no matter what, they make me cry at the end. Every single one of them makes me cry at the end. They are fantastic stories. Oh, 9 was. I agree. I did not enjoy 16 as much as the rest of them. Even 15 was a little rough. I did not enjoy 16 as much as the rest of them. Way too many fetch quests. Not enough story driven plot. Yeah, 9 was absolutely one of the best for me. 9 was more reminiscent of what was so good about the early Final Fantasies. Where the hell did I put the damn? Oh, there it is. Yes, dude. I would. There are parts of my organs that I would sell for a Parasite Eve remake. Hell, even a Legend of Dragoon remake, I'd probably give like a pinky toe for at the very least. All right. Oh, that is not the rope. Actually, that is the right screw. That goes over here. Here we are. And the final screw is in place. Oh, we made it, guys. We survived. There we go. Beautiful. We are back. Uh-oh. Sorry, my mouse died. Hang on. Hold a moment. Okay, there we go. Woo. All right, mouse is alive again. We made it. All right, 3 successful repairs in one evening is absolutely fantastic. Again, they're not the most exciting of repairs, but 3 successes nonetheless, and I will take those victories. Oh yeah, I said I would show the rest of them. Okay, so we got Aiko, we got Freya, we got Tonberry Homie, we got Zidane and Dagger on a Chocobo. We've got the best character in all of Final Fantasy history, the big homie Vivi. We've got the second best character in the Final Fantasy series, the gender ambiguous Quina with his many frogs. And then on the back, we have Stiltskin. Biggs is just a recurring character, meh. And Stiltskin is on the back. I got a couple more tattoos to put on this arm before we get the. Yes, I get either He-Man or Dark Crystal a lot. Ortho, I think his name was. So a couple more pieces to fill out the arm before I get the rest of the empty space colored in, and then we'll have the full sleeve for FF9 done. Very excited. I'm hoping to have that done probably end of next year, something like that. We'll see how finances work out. All right. Like I said, unfortunately, this was not the most exciting of repairs this week, but I'm going to order a couple of eBay PS5s. Who knows what the fuck those are going to be? We always know how those can be shitty. So I'm gonna order a couple of order a couple of eBay PS5s that are broken, and we're gonna get them in here, and that's what we're gonna repair next week. Those will probably be far more exciting repairs. So thank you again to all of you who came out and hung out with me today. It's lovely seeing so many new people and continuing to grow this community like this. I mean, this is amazing. No Discord server, nothing yet. This is just kind of a side project I run out of my house, so I haven't gotten fully fledged into everything yet. I'm on Facebook. You can absolutely find me on Facebook. Also, feel free to check out my website. Like I said, roysrepairandresale.com. Book a repair. I have all kinds of parts available, a lot of PS5 stuff, but I have plenty of other parts from other boards. Machina, always a pleasure. Thank you. If you haven't already, please again be sure to click on the thumbs up button to like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and I will be back next Saturday with at least one more voice and probably 2 more consoles that are going to be not nearly as fun to work on. So I love all of you dearly. Thank you again for coming out and hanging out, and I will see all of you next Saturday. I am not, but I will. I'm going to try and get on there. I was part of Joey's Discord. Unfortunately, the Discord that I had for the business got hacked. So there we go. All right, I'm out of here. I'm going to bed.